And right now it's time for that time when we have our special guest. Tonight's special guest is Arthritis Week. 520,000 New Zealanders suffer some form of arthritis and many are baby boomers. Telling us all about Arthritis Week is Francesca Holloway, Northern Regional Manager for the Arthritis Foundation. Francesca comes to us through the generosity of Hot Spring Spas. We welcome Francesca Holloway as our special guest on The Beat Goes On. Francesca Holloway, good to see you.
Thank you.
Arthritis New Zealand. Why have we got such a big organisation looking after arthritis? What is it about this arthritis that's causing all the trouble in New Zealand?
Well, arthritis is affects a huge number of people, over 530,000 people in New Zealand.
530,000?
Yes, and that's people of all ages. There is a common misconception it only affects elderly people, but there's 140 different types of arthritis, and they can affect all age groups. We can have babies right through to 100-year-olds affected by arthritis.
Oh, you mean babies can get arthritis?
Yes, yes, and we have children who have arthritis, teenagers who have arthritis, so it affects all age groups.
Now this week, it's Arthritis Week, and that's why you're on the program.
Yes.
So the date is from the 21st to the 28th of September. Every year, it's Arthritis Week.
That's right.
So what is arthritis?
Right, well, arthritis is an inflammation of the joint, and it can affect people in many different ways, and as I said, there are over 140 different forms of arthritis, so it's really important people know what form of arthritis they have, and then they talk to Arthritis New Zealand, because we can help people understand the condition, help them learn how to manage, particularly if they're in the workforce, so they need to be able to keep working. We can help them access what sort of equipment will help them both at home and in the workplace, understand medications, understand pain management, and essentially we want people who have arthritis to be able to continue to lead independent and productive lives.
So what is the most common, we talk about 140 different types of arthritis, what's the most common? I know, and I mentioned gout as well.
Yeah.
So.
Well, osteoarthritis is the most common.
And what does the word osteo mean?
Osteoarthritis is the arthritis that's associated with ageing, as you age and the joints wear. So osteoarthritis is by far the most common form, and that is particularly as people age. So that's the form of arthritis we're probably going to expect to see more of. Then we have the inflammatory forms of arthritis. Rheumatoid arthritis is the next most common form of arthritis. And while osteoarthritis is associated with ageing, rheumatoid arthritis can affect any age group at all. Then we have gout, and here in New Zealand, gout is very common, and that's particularly because of our high Māori and Pacific population who are particularly affected by gout.
So 520,000 people are affected by arthritis in New Zealand. That's a big figure, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
It's half the size of Auckland, isn't it?
That's right. It's a huge number of people, and we feel that arthritis isn't sufficiently recognised as a serious health issue. And one of the messages that we're trying to promote is arthritis is a serious health issue. It affects all age groups, and we think it should be taken more seriously by government. And
think of the cost to the country. You're right in the sense of not turning up to work, not operating at your best. I mean,
this year alone, over 25,000 people will probably not be able to work because of their arthritis.
What was the need of Arthritis New Zealand? You know, you could go to the doctor, you could talk to the doctor, he would give you whatever it was. So,
look, the most common comment we have from clients coming to us is, I went to my doctor and he said, you've got arthritis, you're going to have to learn to live with it, here's a prescription. Doctors are busy people, they have quick appointments, they don't have the time. What we can do is provide a health professional.
It's sort of education, isn't it?
Yes, we can provide a health professional who's got education and expertise at her fingertips, who can explain to people the different forms of arthritis, how it will affect you, and give people an understanding of how they can manage that condition. So yeah, we provide time, which is something that's really important when you're diagnosed with a condition and you don't know very much about it. And one of the issues that we work with people through is to help them learn how to communicate well with their doctor. Often people will come to us and say, well, I didn't really understand what my doctor says, or my doctor's too busy to talk to me. And we help people look at, okay, let's prepare questions, and then you record the answers and we'll discuss them and help you understand what it means.
So what did they do 200 years ago for arthritis? Was there any cure? Or?
No, well, there still is no cure.
There's still no cure.
Once you have arthritis, you have arthritis. Some forms of arthritis, particularly in the younger age group, may go into remission, but once you have it, you have it. And I mean, arthritis goes back more than centuries. There are traces of arthritis being found in some of the mummies in Egypt, from ancient Egypt. So arthritis has been around as long as humankind.
I'm going to admit that I have a form of arthritis, and I'm sure that a few of our baby boomer viewers out there may have it too. It's that dreaded word called gout, G-O-U-T.
Yep.
Wow.
Yes, gout. Good news is gout is one of the more easily treated forms of arthritis. With the correct medication and treatment, gout can be controlled. Not everybody understands that gout is a form of arthritis, but it is. And
it's one of the 140 forms of arthritis.
That's right, yes it is. Yeah. And one of the things people also don't know about gout is that Māori and Pacific people actually have a genetic predisposition to be affected by gout. So it can affect the Māori and Pacific communities more than others, and we have some specific services for those communities.
Can I tell our viewers it can be rather painful?
Yes, well, gout has actually been likened to the pain of childbirth. So that usually gives women a chuckle because gout does affect predominantly men. Women can be affected by gout after menopause, but it is mainly men who are affected by gout. So it gives us a sort of chuckle to think that you guys are experiencing what we go through.
Having a baby every 6 months.
Exactly.
As I said before, about 200 years ago, what could you do? And so what can you do today to, I mean, modern medicine, supposedly, you say there's no cure, but you can relieve.
Oh yes, there are a host of treatments, and that's where it's best to talk with an arthritis educator to have a look at what's available. We of course don't prescribe treatments, that's a matter for your doctor.
So really nothing as yet. Have we got? Is there any sort of laboratory in the world somewhere where they're nearly onto it, and you're excitedly waiting for?
No, it's
not even a glimmer of hope about a cure, or
there are glimmers, but it's wrong, and this is one of the problems that will happen if, say, there's a media story about some research and people think, oh, there's something coming up, I want to get hold of it, and of course it can mean it's 30 years away.
Exactly, yeah.
So the best thing to do is discuss it with an arthritis educator and a health professional to see what's best for you, because all forms of arthritis affect people differently, and something like gout, people have different triggers. So you need to isolate what works for you and work out a plan for you individually.
So we have this whole week to make people aware of arthritis. What's the purpose of the whole week? Is it just for fundraising? Is it for education to the public? Or?
Well, it's a bit of everything.
Yeah.
Certainly it's a week where we try and make people aware of Arthritis New Zealand, the organisation, and it's also a big fundraising focus for us. We spend $5 million a year to provide our services, and of that $5 million, only 12% comes from government.
Oh, okay. So you've got to find the rest, don't you?
That's right. And people often assume that we're predominantly government funded, but that is not the case. So yes, we essentially provide our services through being out there on the streets rattling our buckets. So that's why it's so important for people when they see us to make a donation, because that's how we keep going and that's how we keep providing our services.
Now, one of our advertisers, Hot Spring Spas, and they're a great supporter of the Arthritis Foundation, aren't they? What part can a very good spa play in relieving the symptoms of...
warm water can be great for helping pain relief and just assisting mobility.
And what is that? What's warm water?
Oh, it helps, it takes pressure off trying to stand and move, being able to float in the water, relaxation. And some of the services that help people most with arthritis, hydrotherapy, and that's exercise and warm water, which really does help ease movement of the joint. So yes, warm water and movement in warm water and the availability of lovely spa are really good if you've got arthritis.
So have you known many people that have got great benefits out of having a very good spa?
Oh yes, a number of our clients say that it's marvellous for them, and at the end of the day it's particularly good.
So what are the signs that Arthritis Week is underway? Of course you've got a lovely little...
Right, this is a gerbera. This is our symbol, and bright orange is our colour, and we've chosen that as a colour of energy and hope and something bright. So look out for orange. We're going around with orange balloons, orange signs, orange flowers, anything orange. Have a look out for it. That means Arthritis New Zealand won't be far away.
If anybody's got a twinge.
Yes.
I think this is getting a bit unmanageable. So it's an 0800 number.
0800 663 463, and that puts you through to your nearest Arthritis New Zealand office.
So 0800 663 463.
That's right.
If you'd like to make a donation, of course you can go to the website. So let's do the website.
Yep. Okay, www.arthritis.org.nz.
And everything's there, of course, to make a donation.
Everything's there, and there's several options that we have. We have a corporate Gerard club, we have walking activities. We're inviting people to join in, so do go to the website and have a look.
What about if you just wanted to pick up the telephone and dial
0900 33 320.
0900 33320. Oh, that's too simple, isn't it? It's very easy to donate, isn't it?
That's right, it is.
Okay. And look, just before you go, a big thanks once again to Hot Spring Spas. Wonderful, wonderful spa pools. And of course, they've made this particular little chat we've had today possible. I'd like to thank them very much.
And we certainly appreciate their support.
Francesca, thank you for coming in and telling us all about arthritis.
Thank you.
And I'll take my pill tonight for my gout.
Yes, do.